Hi everyone. I've been asked to make 10 mini journals for somebody so they can use them as a gift. So I thought what I would do is come and share with you the process of me making the mini journals. So this will be over a period of, let's say, a week. Or, yeah, let's say a week. I'll give it a week. So what I do is, as you know, I recycle as much as possible. So I love this cardboard that you get your soft drink in. So I'm using an empty Coke box. You can use any kind of box you like. Even the boxes beer come in. Is okay to use. I just find it a bit more sturdier than cereal boxes or snack boxes and stuff like that. So I've already cut out the size that I'm needing, and I've made a template. So I can normally fit 3 this size onto one side of a 30 pack of soft drink. So seeing as I've already made the template, let me just go around the outside. So there's one, and I'm going to mark where I've scored, if that makes sense. Just actually no, I'll do that on the other side. All right, so I'll do this one. And one this way. If you see, if you make them smaller, you can get 4 maybe. Okay, so once we've done that, I'll go ahead and cut them out. It's just as quick for me to use scissors, guys. So you can use a blade. Okay, let me try the blade and just see if it makes a bit of a difference. Ruler. This is the problem. See? Turn it that way. Need to sharpen my blade, I think. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, it's just as quick with scissors, or unless you've got a super sharp blade. Alright. 2. Now these little bits I will save because I use them in collages and things like that, and on my art pages in my journal. I've got a plan for these for the next page I'm doing, so that will be fun. Okay, so there's that. I'll put that away. Alright, let me move these. Just put them down here in my scrap bucket for now, and I'll take them out a bit later. Alright, so let me grab this, And I will mark on this side because this is the side I want to score. So I'll put my mark there. It's just where the spine is. Move that down a little bit. And so the reason I'm doing this in parts is I've got 10 to make. So it'll be like a production line and we'll be here forever. Weeks. So it will be all shuffled together in the end. Alright, let me grab my board. Now if you don't have a board, like this is just a cutting board. I can't remember who is it? Oh, I don't know. We are memory keepers or something. Anyway, you can just use your normal cutting, this bit here that you cut with. If you've only got one of those, that's a good little scoring as well. Right, where did I put my marks? I don't want that. Let me grab this. So we line up. There we go, that's it. And we just give that a score where we want our spine to be. So there we go. Another one. So once we've done this, we cover, well actually I need to sand. I need to sand the top with some sandpaper. And I'll explain that in a minute. Just score that, move that down a little. There we go. Right, so there's that done. Now, I do have some sandpaper somewhere. I bet it's outside. Okay, I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. I'm just going to grab the sandpaper. Alright, I'll do one on camera and then I'll go out and do the rest because it does leave a bit of a mess. Okay, the reason why I sand this is because it's glossy. Oh, semi-glossy. And it makes the glue adhere to the cardboard underneath a little bit better. Just roughens it up. Just gives it some tooth, in other words. So you just give it a light sand. Just like so. Okay, so now I've done this one on camera. I'll go outside and do the others. Okay, now everything is sanded. We will stick some paper scraps on the front. Just helps stiffen up the covers that little bit more. If anybody's interested, these are 7, so basically from the spine across, so that's 7 centimeters. The spine is about 3 1/4 and 11.5 centimeters. So that's how big these books are. Alright, so let's move that. We'll start with this one. Now, for my covers, I don't use Mod Podge. That comes later because this Mod Podge has got like a varnish in with it, which helps seal things. So, what I use is a mix of PVA glue, just wood glue. I picked up a big, I don't know, 4 litre or something bucket from Bunnings. It's a hardware store here in Australia. So yeah, so I've made up my own batch of PVA and water in here. So let's... An old aerial from my husband's radios. Makes a good stirring stick. Alright. Let me grab a paintbrush. Now, this is a good opportunity to use up your old book pages that you rip out, your old, I don't know, music sheets. Now, I like using these ones that are very fragile, the old ones, because they keep well on the front. I want this word, so let me just rip there. I want to keep that title. So, like I said, this is a good opportunity to rip up your books. And use. Oh, if anyone's wondering what this is just a ruler I made a while back now. I did make a video on it. I'll put that underneath. It's probably one of my first videos, really. It's just made out of, I don't know, when you buy things in the shop, toys and whatnot, and it comes with that thick plastic, or when you buy new tools, you know, that you work with. Alright. And to me, it works well. Does the job. So let me just rip that off. I will do that one by hand. Right, so now we have some of these ripped up. And I have a little pile here as well. Move these over. Alright, so I've got old painty papers, old map pages, old music pages, book pages. So let's get started. So I'll do one with you, and then I'll do the rest off camera. And then we'll move on to painting them. Now what you want to do is have it hang over a little bit on here, so you can fold these at the back. Chucking me paintbrush around the place. So you don't want your wood glue too watered down. I don't know, I just play it by ear. If it feels too runny, I add more wood glue. If it feels too thick, I add more water. Whatever works. I'm going to try and add a little bit of my painty papers on each journal to keep them in, I don't know. So like they're all similar but different, if that makes sense. So I try and put a bit of painty papers on here. Put that one that way actually. Some map pages. Now you want to, when you get to the spine, you want to kind of put a fairly big piece over there. So I'll put this here. It just, I'll show you. It's hard to explain. If you put here, it splits. Like if you have it too close, it will, it will split like that, and then you won't be able to stick it down. So if you make it fairly large piece over the top, it's a lot easier to bend when it's dry, and that way this has still, it's not going to lift up, if that makes sense. It's hard to do a tutorial, guys. It really is. Normally I just sit here and do it. Just obviously, let me rip that bit off. This is so fragile, this music paper. Yeah, we won't do that. I'll do that up here. Because if it's got a bend around the corner of this, it will probably split. At least this way, the glue will hold it in place. If that makes any sense. What else have we got? Need some different papers. Map page. Bit of old dictionary. I need a variety, don't I? Might put this here. Okay. I might keep those words too. I like those. It's not going to be big enough. So what I'll do is I'll cut that off, because I can use that on here. There we go. Put that there. Nope, bit more glue. Okay, so you get the gist, guys. So what I'll do is I will turn this off, and I will come back with my finished covers, or not finished, but covered in paper, and we'll come back and we'll go from there. But like I said, this is a good opportunity for you to use your old scraps, your old scrapbook paper bits. I do have scrapbook paper here, but I prefer to use this sort of stuff. So I'm going to find some variety of different book pages, and I'll finish this off. So you just cover the whole thing. You make sure you've got enough of this around the outside. Once I've done that, we'll come back and then we'll stick this side down, and then I shall wait for them to dry and do some painting. Okay, so I'll do this and I'll be back. Okay guys, I've covered them all. They're all dry-ish, so while they're still a little bit wet but not, still touchable, they're not sticky, I'll bend that so the paper along the spine, it doesn't crack too much. At the end of the day, it's not going to matter because it's going to be covered in paint. and I'm going to put some, what do you call it, napkins over the top. Oh, and I forgot to do one step. All right, so we've got to trim the corners. So I'll just trim those corners. Get rid of that. All right. Now let's go. I'm using fabric glue. You can use tacky glue, I suppose, but for this bit here, I like a good grip, if that makes sense. So I find fabric glue works great. Like I said, if you have tacky glue, which I don't, you can use that. So we just fold over our edges. Alright, so in here where the crease is going to go, I'm going to put a little bit more glue just to hold that. So while we crease it, it's going to be stuck. Alright, now for this side, oh, this comes out fast, this fabric glue. And when you want it to come out, look, it's nothing. It's funny. Alright, see how we go with this. I'll fold that over. Okay, that's done. So now we have 10 books. I actually think there's more than that here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. So I've got 12 books, all covered in scraps of paper, leftover calendars, leftover takeaway bags. So yes, right, so now that's done, I'm off to paint the covers. I'm going to try the spray paints, like these type of spray bottle things. I'm going to try that on there. If not, I will use acrylic. So I'm off to do the painting. I'll set this up so you can watch, and I'll see you there. Okay guys, what I'm doing now is just giving these a light coat with gesso. Welcome to my spray booth. This is where I do my spray painting in a huge pizza box. It works, does the trick. So I'm just giving these a light coat. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just a very light coat of gesso, just so the paint sticks to the PVA or the wood glue, because it is, you know, fairly glossy. I still want to be able to see underneath in places, so it's only going to be very, very light. A little bit heavy, that one. Give it a thin out. Okay, I hope you can see. I hope I'm in frame. I'm using my video camera because the webcam's hooked up to the computer. So I'm using the video camera for this one. Alright, so once we've coated that in gesso, we let them dry. Okay guys, now that the gesso is dry, I'm going to use these spray paint. It's like a powder that my daughter and her partner picked up for me. They're actually tie-dye, so it's like a fabric paint, and I'm actually enjoying using them on, you know, paper projects. But you do have to wear gloves because it does stain. Believe me, it took like a week to get the paint off my hands last time. Okay, so I've chosen three colours to work with, maybe. So I'm going to use this, it's like a turquoisey colour. So I'm just going to give it a spray with that one. A bit of purple. A bit of blue. It's only to give it some background, a bit of decent, I don't know, just a bit of background noise. And I might put some yellow actually, like a yellowy orangey colour. Alright, so once we've done that, we let them dry. The good thing I love about the pizza box and this spray paint method is that you can put, well, there's six. So there's 6 little mini journals in here that I can do at once. So anyway guys, I will finish the rest, and then I'll put these somewhere to dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, while I'm waiting for the covers to dry, I have a couple here though. So I've got a couple here that's semi-dry. I've gessoed the back also where we've folded it over, and I've put a bit of paint on there so it all blends in. So I've got those there to start once they're fully dry, and I'm in the process of pulling apart some more napkins. So I've got a variety to choose from. I keep these, they come in handy to wipe my paintbrushes and things like that. So there's them. My mum actually bought me these. I don't know where she got them from, but she come across them somewhere and she gave them to me. Okay, let me try and separate. So these have only got the one ply, which are quite easy to pull apart. So there's those. What's this one here? There's one ply on this one, I think. Here we go. Take that off. So yeah, it's pretty exciting being asked to make 10 mini journals for someone. So I'm excited about that. What have we got here? This is a 2. I know there is easier ways to do it, but okay, and I think I've got a couple more here to do. Let's have a look. I've got 2 of these birds cut out already. These are just leftovers from what I've used previously. Alright. There's that. Oh, this is a pretty one. I think this was gifted to me in a swap. So I've only got one of them. So and this one is a bit busy. I might keep this one aside. Okay. Now these are the ones I have to choose from, and I've also got little scraps that I've previously used for different things. I'm going to try and use these up first before I start on the bigger ones. I actually just want that bird. So let me grab my water pen. Get this flowing. There we go. And I'll just go around the outside of that with my pen. That way it's easy to pull apart. I like a torn edge on just about everything that I do. I can use that for something. You cut this one out too. I'll water it out if that's what you want to say. I might go down a little bit. See if I can do that without ripping the whole leaf. Ah, there we go. Alright, so there's that one. You put this aside. And we've got some good old kookaburras. Some of these little guys. I don't know, they look like willy wagtails or something. I've got 4 of these now. Alright. Yeah, I think that just might do it, guys, for these journals. Yeah. Okay, so once these are dry, I will come back and we shall start doing some collage onto our pages. Yeah, I think that's going to look fabulous, guys. Yeah. All right. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, everyone. All the paint has dried on these covers. I've given them a little coat of gesso just on the front section, just very, very lightly, just to tone down the colour a little bit so the napkins will show up a little bit better. Okay, so I'll do 2 on here with you, and then as usual I will do the rest off camera. So I might use this little guy. I think he's so cute. So I'll just grab my water brush and I'll just take this off. And I can trim him up when I'm done. I'll just take that off before it dries. Too late. Okay. Alright. So now I've done that, you move this out of the road. And I shall use that for something else. Alright, now where do I want him? Maybe that way. Alright, so just trim this down a little bit more. Just so we can see some of the cover I hope everyone can see okay. I won't chop his tail off. I'll just let that continue down the journal. And that should do. Yeah, I think that looks lovely. Okay, so now that I have it in place, I'll get my Mod Podge and I'll lift this up and I'll give that a coat. And we'll tack this half down. There we go. Do the same with the front, or the top, I should say. Just give that a few wrinkles, won't matter. Okay, that'll do before it rips. All right, so there's one done. I think they look absolutely beautiful. So we've got that one. Now we've got this one. Could always use these little guys. So if I do that, that little blue one will be off the screen. Still looks cute though, doesn't it? Yeah, I might just do that actually. It's already cut. I'll just move this over a fraction. There we go. Yeah. Alright, we may as well just go for it. So put a generous amount, or not generous, but you know, a decent amount of Mod Podge so it soaks through serviette or napkin. They're very easy to do, guys. Right. So I'll brush that down. And that will do before it tears. Oops, sorry, I'm off screen. I'm just trying to touch up this side here. And that can overlap. Try not to tear it. There we go. So there we go. We've done 2 together. Now I will go ahead and I shall do the rest of them so we're not here all day. And when I'm finished, I'll come back and show you all the results. And then all that's left is covering the inside and putting in the pages. So we're getting there, guys. We're slowly getting there. Anyway, thank you for watching so far. I don't know why I'm saying that because this is going to continue on. But anyway, as soon as these are dry, I'll be back. Okay, they're all covered. I'll show you what they look like. So we've got that one. That one. Yeah, they're dry. So that one. Some kookaburras. That little guy. That one there. Then we've got this one. And this one. So there's the 10 done. Now what I would like to do is put some gold, just some gold on here. I was going to put gold leaf, but it's a little bit windy and I want to try, well not try, but I want to use this. This is like nail foil that they use for nails, and it's a lot easier than gold foil to use, and you don't need a lot of glue. That's probably too much, so we just give a little where I want it. Yeah, that should do. And I just lay this down. And there's a little bit of gold leaf. But you don't need a lot. If you want more, you just put more on. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. That went over there. I didn't want that to go there, but that's okay. It still looks good. I just want to put a bit up the top. So you just push that down on the glue. There we go. And you've got a little bit of gold foil on there. And I'm just going to run my brush just slightly with whatever glue was left, and just give the back a little bit of a go over as well. See what it will pick up. And that gives, so I'll probably add a little bit more. It's too much glue. I'll add a little bit more. There we go. So I just think it adds a nice little touch. So I'll put a little bit here, just around the outside. A little bit in there. Maybe, no. Down here. And just a quick go over here and there on the back. Use up what we have left on here. I love this stuff. I really do. Alright. So there's just a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of blingy on there. Now this stuff comes in a roll. Well, I think you can buy the individual sheets, but I like to buy it in the roll, and then I just chop it into little manageable strips. So for this, like I said, you don't need a lot of glue. Just a dab here or there, just to grab this foil. Off. There we go. A little bit on the back. Lovely. So there we go. So I will continue to do this. So if you get your hands on some, give it a go, guys, because it is a lot of, I don't know, it's just nice. It just adds a bit of variety to the page. It's easy to use. Yeah, that's if you're into gold foil. I like a little bit of shimmer. Might put a bit up in this corner, actually, just in here. There we go. Love it. I'm having a lot of fun making these. I forgot how fun it was to make a journal, guys. I kind of had to have a break, but now that I'm making 10 of them, it might get me back in the mood to make some more journals. Might have to use a new strip. Okay. I hope you're enjoying this process video. It feels weird not finishing it, like, you know, like each video. It's like a continue on. But unfortunately, this cannot be done in one day. So it's going to be a long process. Let me just grab another one of these. Put that down. I was trying to pick it up. No nails. See what happens when you've got no nails? There we go. Well, I hope she likes them. I hope she likes them. So why aren't you coming off? Yeah, there we go. I think the glue was just a little bit too wet on there. There we go. So there's that one. Oh, look, it's only got a couple more to go. Might as well sit here and finish them. And then tomorrow is another day where I finish the insides. And then I'll tea dye some paper and maybe set the camera up next to my tea dyeing in the kitchen. We'll see what happens. It's the only chance I'm going to get to do it, if I'm going to do it, because hubby's away and the child will be at school. So if I'm going to tea dye and do a video, yeah, tomorrow's the only day where I'll get silence to do it. So that might be a plan. So yes, I'll do the tea dyeing tomorrow, and that way I can show you how I tea dye. Ready to fill up this book. I'll probably do 5 little signatures in here. The lady I'm doing them for wants a flow style, so there won't be any sewing of the signatures. It will just be like the flow style, where you've just got the wraparound and they can remove and add pages into their signature. I mean, into their book. And yeah, signature, that's what I meant. You know what I mean. So yeah, so that will save time. so I don't have to sew them all in. Now she wants them as a gift for Year 12 students, so she needs 10 of them made. A little bit on its beak. I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Things like this happen. Still looks great. Alright, so there you go, guys. There is those done. With some pretty gold leaf on them. Or gold foil, I should say. Same thing. Okay, so tomorrow, while I have peace and quiet, I will set the video camera up on the kitchen bench, and I shall do some tea dyeing with you guys, show you a couple of layers on how I get them done. It's a very slow process. It's how I do it. It's how I don't know, I enjoy doing it, actually. So I will do that. So yes, I will see you in the kitchen tea dyeing.